What's going on, people? It's your boy EB. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know what the deal is. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Also, you know what we got going on. It's the Christian clothing apparel. Make sure you go and check it out. Confidence London. Got the hat, got the t-shirt, got the tracksuit bottoms, got the socks, got the underwear, got it all. Not the underwear, not the socks, but no, who knows? Soon come, soon come, soon come. So alright, cool. This video today, life before Christ. Watching or seeing one of my friends get stabbed. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, so one thing about me is I wasn't brought up in London. I was born in London. I was born in East London. I was born in Myland Hospital. I lived in Manor Park. I was raised in Manor Park for the first few years of my life. Then I was eventually adopted in Kent. Now we grew up around them areas where you can get punched in your face for no reason. Do you understand what I'm saying? That you could be minding your business, yeah? You could be minding your business and someone would just come and bang you in your face for no reason. Like, those are the areas that we grew up in. We grew up in them racist areas. We grew up in them areas where you had to sneak out the back way of school to get home because you got like a bunch of guys waiting for you outside school. Like, we grew up in them areas where we used to fight races. Like, there'll be racist gangs or whatever, and mixed race people would be in a mixed race people will be fighting with the white people, beating up black people. Like, you don't know confusion until you're being chased by a bunch of racist man, yeah, and you look back and there's a mixed race guy, like there's a mixed race guy dipping you down, and it's just like, yo, but we're supposed to be on the same team. Your dad is black. Your dad is black. Why are you fighting us? So anyways, we grew up around these areas. You know, me, I was well behaved for a minute. Got into the wrong crowd of people. Started desiring like certain lifestyles. Now for me, like looking back at it, I feel like I got into, you know, cruising gangs and all that kind of stuff like that. I feel like I desired that lifestyle. I feel like I went after that. I feel like I joined these group of people simply because inside there was something I was lacking. Looking back at it now, I feel like I desired brotherhood. I feel like I desired, I wanted a sense of belonging. And so, when I used to see, all these guys together and they were chilling and they were having a good time, it was almost like a brotherhood, I think like a part of me, something inside was missing that. And so I felt like that's where I could get it from, like that family feeling. That, now I'm not saying, no ways am I saying that my upbringing was bad, my adoption parents were bad, they did a bad job. I'm not saying that, but maybe perhaps the fact that for most of my life I didn't have a brother, and for most of my life I was brought up around 4 sisters. So maybe something that had to do with, when I see a group of guys chilling, all that brotherhood and stuff like that, a part of me desired that, a part of me wanted that. Like, they look cool, they look great, they look like having fun. So I went after that. And I didn't get too deep in. I still had a brain. There were certain dangers that I kept myself away from. There were certain things that I saw that I kept myself away from. I was still sporty back then, so there were certain things that I didn't get into, drugs and all that. I didn't get into. I could have done very, very, very easy. I could have done, but I didn't, simply because I was still aware to a certain point. So let me talk to you about one experience. First day I went out with these with these guys, right? I had this elder. I'm not going to say names, but I had this this elder. I was his younger, and we went out one day, right? So we started off in, where did we start off? We started off in, I think we started off in Gray's End. And we got the, I'm not sure if it's the, what is it? It's a 96, I think it's the 96 that goes all the way from Blue Water, all the way through Woolwich, all that kind of stuff like that. Those of you that know. So we get on this bus now, we jump on this bus, we sit at the back of the bus, yeah, and I'm with the guys, yeah. So we're all spraying bars and all this kind of stuff like that. Like, I'm spraying bars, everyone's loving it, I'm getting my respect, all this kind of stuff like that. Like, we vibing, we chilling, we doing all this stuff, like, it's going down. I'm with the guys, we think we hard, we think we solid, it's all good. Now, bear in mind, I'm not the L Black man that you see nowadays, the confident L Black man, the L Black man that loves to scrap. I wasn't him. I was still the I don't even know what I was. Like, I was the pretty boy, hanging about with guys that I thought I could keep up with, I thought I could be bad with, and it really wasn't that. And I thank God that I didn't become the confident person, the mindset I have now, the wisdom I thank God I wasn't that person before I was saved, because fam, if I was that, who I am now, if I was that person back there, anyway. So we're on the back of the bus now, and there's a couple of West Ham fans at the front of the bus, yeah? So the people that I was with thought it would be a good idea to start, you know, singing, what's it, West Ham, Millwall. They started singing Millwall songs. So if you guys know about football, if you guys know about, you know, what do you call them, firms and beef and all that kind of stuff, you know that Millwall, West Ham, opposite, them guys are like enemies, this and the first. So my lot now start singing songs against the West Ham fans at the front. Now it's all fun and games at the beginning, everyone's laughing, everyone's joking. I don't know how it went mad serious. Like, it just got mad serious, and all of a sudden we're swearing at each other, we're telling each other, come on, all this kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool, like, this is what you signed up for, so we move. Now, these are grown men, remember. We're youngers. These are grown men, remember. Now, they're telling us, oh yeah, come off the bus. If you think you're this, come off the bus, come off the bus. These times now, we're in, where we are? We're in Bexley Heath, yeah? So if you know about, if you know about the North Kent, is it North Kent? Yeah, if you know about the North Kent areas, you know that there was a crew in that time. I don't know what they're doing, probably got kids now and all that kind of stuff like that, and probably just chilled out. But there was a crew in that time called RA, which stands for Racial Attackers. Now, we know that they run certain areas in North Kent, them Gravesend areas, them Greenhithe areas, them Bexley areas, them Erith areas. That's their territory, yeah? The guys are like, these men, grown flipping men, yeah, grown men, are like, if you're back here, come off the bus, come off the bus, come off the bus, come off the bus. So them lot are going down the stairs now, and my guys, one of my guys takes off his belt, starts whipping them in their head, whipping them in their face. One of them puts their leg over the back, starts stamping on their head, punching them as they go down the stairs. I'm like, all right, cool, like, flip. This is my first day out with the guys, remember. This is my first day. It's not like I've been rolling. This is my first day out. Now I got introduced to the people. Now I'm rolling with them. This is my first day out, and it's already happening. I'm thinking, all right, cool. So an alarm goes off on the bus, because there's so much madness going on. An alarm goes off on the bus gets held up in the middle of the road. We gotta go now because police is coming, right? So we hop off the bus. Like, I hop off the bus, and I swear down, there's one of my guys next to me, and he was a boxer anyway. So he was calm. He was used to this. He's used to fighting. He's used to gang violence. He's used to all of this madness, whatever. So he, like, I jump off the bus. I don't even know how I got here, but I don't even know where the rest of our guys were. I jump off the bus, and I'm standing next to this guy, and he's all sizing up, like, he's ready for it. So he's all like, right? And there's two men standing in front of me, right? One guy's in front of me, the other guy's in front of my guy. And bear in mind, that at this point, I have not had a fight. Could I fight here? I don't think I could fight here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think I learned how to fight after. I'm really not sure, because I know, yeah, all right, cool. So let's just say I couldn't fight at this moment in time anyway. So I'm like, yo, if I don't do something, yeah, I'm gonna get punched up. Like, I've got to do something right now, otherwise I'm gonna get banged up, like, by a grown man. So I kind of like, I don't even know what I did. I kind of like put my hands up or something like this, like getting ready to fight. I couldn't do nothing, right? If it went off, I was finished, right? So all of a sudden, I'm getting ready to, like, I don't know what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to get beaten up, right? So I put my hands up, whatever. Now, all of a sudden, someone shouts, RA are coming, RA, like, they shout, like, RA are coming, RA are coming. So I'm like, what? I literally looked to my left, yeah, and when I tell you about 20, 30 full-grown men are charging down the road towards us, I'm like, yo, how the hell, like, in my head, I'm thinking, how the hell did I get here? Like, what on earth am I doing here? I'm in the next area, I'm in up ends, like it's mad. First thing I'm doing is, I'm seeing this, I'm like, bye. Like, I'm just like, bye. I turn around, I'm gone, yeah? Most of us start running. One of us, called Alex, Yeah, he was like, I don't know what kind of fighting sport he did. He did some sort of like kick, I think it was a kickboxer or whatever. Now, you know when someone's bad, yeah? You know when someone's bad when men are chasing you and he's walking and all he's saying is, don't run, don't run. He's literally walking, he's like, don't run, no one run, don't run, don't run. This is how, like when you, this is what I'm like, now that I'm a Christian and I see guys running their mouth online, yeah, I just laugh. Because when you've lived it, when you've seen it, when you've been about it, when you've been around it, you know who's like, you know who's about it and you know who's not about it. And so when I see people run up their mouth now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, just go and read your Bible, fam. Like, go and read your Bible. If you don't get to prayer meeting, if you don't go to your youth group, isn't it this week you guys are learning about overcome the flesh? You better go to youth. You better go to your youth group and just be quiet. Just sit, because you're not. It's not that, right? Anyway, we're running, I'm running. Certain men are walking because they've been about this thing, yeah? Now, these guys catch up to us. I don't even know what's going on at this time. Like, looking back and thinking about it, I'm thinking into the situation. Like, for me now, this is where everything just, I almost like, not black out, but things just like I can't even hear nothing. Things are like, everything is like slow motion. So I remember now, this guy running up to me, right? And what he does is he smashes it like, but I'm saying, like, white man, we grew up in an area where we fight, like, you brawl. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and then you can beat someone up and then be best friends like in an hour. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we grew up where the white man really fight. Like, they're about it. They're about it. Like, so I'll fight any race of people. But when a white man stands up in front of you and he's about it, I'm like, yo, I'm alright. Like, I'm alright. Because we grew up in them areas and we seen what they can do. Like, we seen people stamp on people's heads. Like, we done seen it. Like, growing up was a madness. This guy smashes a bottle on the floor. He picks up the glass, right? And he holds it in his hand, right? Now, what he's gonna do is, he's got glass in his hand. What he's gonna do is gonna throw a punch, right? And as he throws his punch, it's not just a punch, it's also a stab, because he's got glass in his hands, yeah? So he comes to me now, he smashes it on the floor, he gets up a piece of glass and he's coming towards me now. I'm gone. Like, I don't know what to do. At that moment in time, as he's coming towards me, one of my oldest jump in front, yeah, go to ruck him, yeah? Like, the older gets in front of me, yeah, goes to ruck this guy. All I've seen is boom, right? Like, my older turns around, yeah, and there's a gash here, like he's been stabbed in his face. There's a gash here, blood dripping everywhere. All of a sudden, police spin round, yeah? How I got out of that situation without getting touched, I don't know. People are getting dropped, people are fight. Like, this is on the street now. This is on the street, like, this is on the street in front of everyone, in the middle of the road, pavement, bare man, just rucking up. I'm just standing there, like, I'm zoned out. I'm just in shock. I'm zoned out. Like, my older gets stabbed, turns around, he's bleeding, right? He's walking back to us. Police pull up, settle it down, calm 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 it down. All of a sudden now, there's another gang of people come out from the other, but this is another gang. They're not racist people. They're just, I think they were like from Kidbrook. Someone said they're Kidbrook boys or whatever. So they come out of nowhere and they're sitting on the wall. They're just watching what's going on, and I'm just like, fam. I'm just like, yo, like, what? That person that got stabbed, that didn't kill him. But a few weeks later, he eventually was killed. He was out. He was like drug dealing, whatever. Something went wrong. He got robbed. They stabbed him 3 times and he died. Now, I could have easily been with him, because I remember when I first met him, he was like, yo, if you want to sell weed, if you want to do I got you. But like I said, I still had a brain. If I didn't have a brain, I would have been like, yeah, let's go, let's ride. Like, for example, if I had the mindset that I had right now, I'd be like, yeah, let's flipping, like, let's make this money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's build. Eventually, he was out, he was dealing, he got robbed, he got stabbed, and he died. Now, the police were also racist, yeah? So we fighting, not only are we fighting racist gang members, the police are trying to set us up as well. So the police were like, yo, go down that road down there, like some side road or whatever, like, you'll be safe, you'll be able to get out of the area, this and the third. Instead of doing that, we jump on the bus, yeah? We jump on the bus now, and when we go past the road that the police told us to go down, there was about another 20 guys waiting down that road. there was like another 20 guys waiting in that area, like, flip. Like, we got like the racism, the beef, the madness, that we used to experience, that's why, like, nowadays it is what it is. Like, you know, we walk through, like, nowadays, like, when you're brought up in that, when you live that, and when you adjust to that, you know, you're prone to certain things. That's what people, when they see me walking through my area and they're like, oh yeah. Like, for example, when someone tried to call me around the corner the other day and I put it on Instagram, people are like, oh, I hope you're right. I'm like, fam, what's that? Like, it's life. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing this. They call me around the corner, help the bear. Do you know, like, don't worry about me, but worry about them. I say all of this to stress God's protection. Like, for example, in that situation, there's a couple more situations that I can talk to you about, but obviously I don't want this video to be too long. But there's another situation there's loads of other situations I could talk to you about. But in this situation, there was twice where I should have got beat up, I should have got punched up, but literally, strangely enough, it just passed. Like, it just passed by. When I stood up in front of the guy, there was that situation, I should have got touched, nothing happened. Like, something else happened, we ran. There's another situation, guy came to stab me, and someone else jumped in the way instead, and they got stabbed instead. And it's just like, there's so many times, and there's so many instances in my life where I've literally when I look back at it, and even present, you just see the protection of God, you just see the hand of God. And I want to stress that as a believer, as a child of God, as a daughter of God, as a son of God, yeah, you have so much protection. You have the force of heaven protecting you from dangers seen and unseen. Like, you don't got to worry about anything. Like, no weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. Why? You got angels protecting you, you got God watching over you, you got all this crazy stuff going on. The force of heaven, that literally, if you understood who you are, whose you are, if you understood God in you, God through you, if you understood who you are in Him, right, you wouldn't be fearful of anything. It's what Elijah said to his servant Gehazi, or whatever he's called. Literally, an army's coming to attack them, and Elisha's chilling. Now his servant is flipping pooing himself, wetting himself, just going crazy, and Elisha's like, yo, chill out. And Elijah prays his one prayer, God open his eyes. And God opens his eyes, and when Elisha's servant's eyes are open, he literally sees angels with chariots of fire surrounding the mountain. And that's why Elisha was chilling, because he could see, spiritually, he can see all the protection that was with him. But Gehazi couldn't. And it's the same thing when God opens your eyes, and when you have a revelation of who you are, whose you are, what belongs to you, and a force that's on your side. Listen, you only have to worry. This is why when I walk through areas and when I do my thing, and when you know, like, I'm saved now, so I'm not about all of that crazy stuff. If the only time I'd have to fight is if it was in self-defense and whatever, and even then I wouldn't take it too far. I'll just back down the trouble and then. Anyway, yeah. I don't worry about stuff. I don't got, but like, you know, in my area, literally a couple of weeks ago, someone was stabbed down there, died. This is like literally 2 minutes away from my house. About 7 minutes up the road there, 3 people were stabbed. I've seen the footage of it, like literally stabbed to death, whole road locked off. You know, about 15 minutes down the road, someone like it's yeah, and there's another one about this year. About 10 minutes away from my house, in a 10 minute radius, there's been about 4 or 5 killings, 4 or 5 stabbings. But I'm not bothered about it though. Why? Because greater is He that is in me, greater are they that are with me than he that is in the world and them that are in the world. And so I just want you to, like, I tell these stories to say this. Listen, literally so many times in my life and so many times in our lives, we literally pass through fire and we don't even know it. We don't even see it. Right? Sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't know it. Sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't know. And it's like, yo, God has your back. Don't be fearful. Now, obviously, I'm not saying to go and get yourself in trouble, but whatever it is that you're doing, if it's you're going out to evangelize, if you're going out to represent Jesus, and if you're stepping into a new place, a new college, new uni, new workplace, new ideas, you don't have to fear. You don't have to be worried, because God is with you and He has your back. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. It's your boy EB. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter @LBlackman. Make sure you follow me on Instagram @LBlackman. Make sure you go and check out the apparel, www.confrontationapparel.com, and we move. Let's go.